recently, just before Chinese New Year, my daughter and we experienced a loss of a dog that we were actually looking after. It wasn't our dog. There was a breakup in the neighborhood between a domestic partnership, and the lady had left, and nobody was looking after the dog. So my daughter and we had to look after the dog. And it was weird. Our dog Chili was going crazy for about a day, and we couldn't work out what was wrong. And then we worked out the only way for them to have gotten the dog out of here without the noise or the commotion, which would have stirred us, was that they had to have killed the dog. So we lost Lou, and since then there's been some more dog thefts in the neighborhood. So it's made us hyper vigilant when it comes to our own dog. I caught them 2 times at night trying to get Chili here, and I was just here at the gate. So they couldn't get my dog, so they stole the dog that my daughter and I were looking after. My name is Dave Hope. I'm an investigator and documentarian. I hail from Queensland, Australia. I left high school with the sole aspiration of becoming a rock and roll singer. So when I was 18, I started my punk band, Scarred Hope. But 12 years ago, I quit music and left it all behind to move to Vietnam. A personal incident has compelled me into the cruel underworld of dog theft and murder. I will combine my relentless investigative skills and passion for animal welfare as I embark on a series of investigations throughout my adopted country. I've never been one to shy away from conflict, but I know that this will be the most confrontational battle that I have ever faced. Historically, dog meat has been consumed for necessity during times of war and great desperation. Post-war years, though, it has remained a delicacy.
A crime where what is stolen is worth less than 2 million Vietnam dong is in many respects not considered a crime. It's a civil crime rather than a criminal crime. And a lot of dogs stolen for sale to a meat restaurant are worth less than 2 million. So these guys are going out and stealing dogs. On occasions they get caught and then they're released because actually they haven't committed a crime that can be prosecuted. Over the last 2 or 3 years, large number of people have been killed as a result of attempted dog theft.
People like Peter Cornish in the Animal Rescue Centre, they do a lot of outreach work and they do their best to save animals when they can. But in maybe about 70% of the cases, there's no chance of ever recovering the animal. Maybe the dog is killed in the initial kidnapping because if a dog is too yappy or if it's too aggressive, they're going to make sure that it's completely incapacitated.
When we see a dog, I use the hooker. Hook the dog head, move it to the cage, and then sold it to the restaurant. I will get more money when it's alive, but if it barks on the street, I have to make him stop barking. I can hit him, or I can kick him, or use the stick and stab him. Whatever I can do to stop him to bark.
I think people in the Western world have this idea of what they think a Vietnamese dog thief is like, and they think that it's going to be this person who's poor and they're doing it to survive. And in the city where we live, the dog thieves here, they're not doing it for survival, it's a business. These people are sophisticated, they'll follow you, they'll make their mark, they'll case your house, they'll wait for the perfect time to strike, and they'll take your dog.
Mainly when it comes to consumption, it comes down to mixed breed dogs. They're pretty much worthless other than the fact that they're worth $10 per kilo for their meat. If they steal a purebred dog, they can still sell it for maybe $1,000, or they can ransom it back to the person that they got it from.
There's a guy who lives just a couple blocks from our house. About 3 months ago, he had a golden retriever, and they got the golden retriever up to his drive-through gate and they tased it, and then just real quick they hopped over it, roped the dog, and pulled it over.
It's happened so quick.
People are becoming aware over here that there is strong feeling in other parts of the world that cats and dogs are not animals that you should eat, and people are starting to adopt that idea. But there remains a hardcore sort of cadre of people that enjoy eating this meat, feel that they get certain benefits from eating this meat, and want to continue. And I think, you know, over time that will die down, but I'm not sure it's really my position or anyone else's position to come in and start dictating.
The differing point of views don't matter. The reality that matters is I love my dog, and other people want to take my dog and want to kill my dog and eat my dog. So I have to do everything I can for my dog not to be taken. Because if you let your guard down, your dog's going to end up on a dinner plate.